I'm Wade Sprenkle from northwest of Lamar, about 15 miles, and we grow corn and soybeans. This year I got connected with John and the BigYield team and got to use some of their products, and it's been a great experience so far, and really have enjoyed getting to know his team. And this year we got to use some BigSweetYield and Yield Booster, and last week we actually tried some BigBioYield, gave it a shot. And first off, I'll talk about the first application. We put the BigSweetYield with the Yield Booster and sprayed about half our acres of beans there about the first week of August in the R1 to R3 stage. Had great results with that. You know, they were blooming and putting pods on, and as I watched those beans, I was out there scouting every day. I haven't missed a day yet in the bean field. Out there, I felt like we had immediate pop in those beans, and watching those beans on a daily basis, we have had extremely low rate of pod abortion, and we have been able to retain most of the blooms. Usually you lose a lot of your blooms. We've actually been able to hold on to those, turn them into pods, and therefore have more beans. And I think the yield increase is going to be substantial from what we've seen this year compared to years in the past. So we're excited about harvest. I'll also talk about the BigBioYield. So around here in southwest Missouri, we've had a lot of rain the last few weeks, and it went to raining, couldn't get across the other half of our acres. So we were a little worried about what to do as far as go ahead and try and hold out for a ground app or go aerial application. But we held out a little bit, and we got on some double crop beans that have looked poor all year, and put the BigSweetYield, the Yield Booster, and the BigBio on it to try that bio out. And didn't know if our beans were really worth all that, but it was a good decision. That was about a week ago, and those beans have exploded. Of course, we've had nice weather, good heat units, good water, but I'm very excited about those. They're mid-season Group 4 bean, and I'd like to see the difference in the biological versus just the Yield Booster and BigSweetYield. So we'll see come harvest time, but we're really excited. Me and my dad both agreed that this has been the best foliar applications that we've used in our history of our farm, and just based off of pod retention and turning those blooms into pods, usually you lose those, a lot of them. So also I will say, last week we sprayed some later. We had some 4.6s that were almost topped out, and I thought, you know what, let's just run a trial run. We sprayed 130 acres that were almost topped out, and on average we have 4 new pods per plant on average after that application of the BigSweetYield and Yield Booster. We flew that on with our fungicide and insecticide, and on average 4 new pods. And so that impressed me a lot, just knowing that those beans were almost finished, but yet they went ahead and threw an average of 4 more pods to plant on. So that definitely pays for the fertilizer, for the application, and puts money back in our pocket. So we're very pleased. We'll definitely use the product again. I've come up here several times to get more product, because at first I'm kind of a more skeptical person anyways. So when John was telling me the ROIs and stuff, like, I was kind of nodding my head, okay, that sounds really good, but until I see it in the field, I'm going to be a little skeptical. But golly, your guys' products have performed and done beyond what I thought they would do. So absolutely, we'll be back next year. I definitely want to try some in-furrow products next year, and see what else we can do.